Hi, welcome back to the Bremet Media channel. I have yet another question here that was submitted to us, this one by Marisa. And I'm super grateful that she asked this question. Why do you write? Like the reason why you write. I have actually been asked quite a few times in interviews, very similar genre of a question. Basically, did writing choose you or did you choose to write? And in my situation, I actually think that writing chose me. I mean, I've always been compelled to pick up that pen and, of course, later on the keyboard and just start writing, recording my thoughts, my observations, my contemplations. Writing lists is like compulsory to me. Crafting poetry, totally inspirational. Come running in from the garden covered in mud or dripping out of the shower, racing for the pen, just to write down to capture those phrases that just happen to be in my mind. They just are such a very inspirational thing for me. When I'm studying, I'm trying to learn something, I'm taking a course, I'm doing research, uh, where I'm really trying to understand and learn, or even remember people's names. If I write them down, I'm more apt to process that in my mind and keep that in my mind. Whereas if I don't, thoughts will just they'll just those thoughts will just disappear. Those experiences, those names will just disappear. That's not that I don't care. It's just that my mind works that way. If I write it down, I'm gonna remember it more than likely. Um, I have found that books have always helped me pick up the scraps of my life when times were really troubled and face the challenges that I am at that moment in time, whether it's I'm learning new skills, whether I'm trying to escape from reality and just disappear in the world of fantasy for a while, or maybe I'm looking at, personal struggles and learning how to overcome, improve self, whatever it is that I'm on. I'm always turning to books, all different formats of books, audiobooks, ebooks, whatever. Um, so that's always been something I've turned to. Maybe that goes back to when I was really young. My mom used to take me to the library, and we would come back just with our arms aching, holding all these books, just laden with books, while we're taking the bus back to home. And those memories are pretty sharp for me. I assume that it goes back to that time, those childhood experiences, why I'm so compelled to turn to books when it comes to any kind of challenge that I'm on. Of course, now that the internet is so strong and so full of information out there, I'm also online doing my research there. But I'm going to remember it more if I write it down than if I type it down. Isn't that strange? If I use my keyboard, I'll remember it more if I actually write it. Anyway, for me, in my career, knowing that the articles and the books and the blog posts and the interviews I give and stuff like that, knowing that these have the potential of creating positive change out there in the world, this gives me the courage to keep going. The inspiration, the energy, the push, the passion behind what I do is making a positive difference, bettering that recipient's life, helping them along in their journey in some way, motivating them in some way. This really gives me the encouragement to keep sharing and publishing more. I'm not a huge fan of public appearances, speaking events, hosting workshops, being the spotlight of attention, um, in-person events. Those are just really not my forte. Dave is great at that kind of stuff. That is where I kind of shrink into self a little bit. Whereas I bloom more when I've got keyboard or pen in hand or a microphone at desk. And, I can really go for that. I love participating in interviews as well, like on various other people's podcasts and radio shows and stuff like that. I absolutely love doing that. I like the questions that they ask that challenge me, like what is being submitted here on this channel. Your guys' questions help me really think more deeply about my own life or my own career or about what I'm sharing and stuff like that. You get me to probe a little deeper. And I like that. I love that. And of course, I love to share, obviously, as you can tell from this channel. Thank you, Marisa, for submitting that question and listening to our show. Everyone that's here today, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that kind of stuff. Leave a comment if you have any feedback in any way. We'd love to hear from you.